Yes, people, it's Never a Foul. Welcome to Never a Foul. If you never tuned in before, but this is your boy Cass. We got your boy Daps and your boy Ty. If you don't know, get to know. And if you was just watching Grizz's show and you just saw Ben White get picked for the Euro 11 right backs in ever, like currently on form, then you are in for a ride because there's no delusion over here. Big up Bilal, by the way. But that take right there was absolutely shocking. Ben White is the current best right back on form. A centre back that got shifted out to right back. Can't play his own position. Anyways, let me get this voice off because I don't know why I'm talking like that. Like I'm a presenter. You know what it is? I think I've been watching that Wrexham show, right? And it was good.
Really? What? You've actually managed to come off of your Xbox enough to watch that?
No, I was on my Xbox while I was watching that.
Right, okay, cool.
Anyways, I was watching Wrexham and I like the documentary, but I don't like it because there's not enough football. We don't get to see any football.
But that might be to do with the rights. But it's very Americanized, isn't it? It's very
it's proper like.
But I like it. I think it's good.
I like it. The community, I get it, and the rebuild. It looks great, but I want to see some football on the pitch as well because they're only letting us watch losses and stuff like that. I want to see W's. I want to see.
But that's the whole thing, bro.
The Jordan thing, and that's why I was glad they put loads of the game footage in. I was like, yeah, sick.
No, but I want, man, like I wanted to start singing like we've only got one Paul Marlin, you know what I'm saying? Super Marlin.
He come from near us as well, man. He signed from Cambridge as well, but like
yeah. No, it's quality. Usman, you still haven't played me on FIFA. Usman, we're gonna dive into that. You don't want to play me at FIFA. I'm the GOAT. I'm goated. Anyways, it's not about FIFA today. Anyways, anyone that is here, obviously just wasted a couple minutes waiting for Mode slightly if he can. Obviously, he's having some technical power difficulties. But long story short, today you can see it in the title is bait as you want to know. Top 10 Premier League managers ever. So everything. So the rules. It's not just about if they just won a Champions League only or anything like that. It involves everything. Win percentage, wins, FA Cups. Some might not even won a trophy, but they've done what that they're still a legend in the game, and they've done well for what they've had. Pretty much, if you want to be in the top 6, 7, you pretty much would have won a Prem. Kenny Daglish might be up in there. You can definitely dive into that. I think so. I think it was quality, but was the quality sustainable?
But he was quality before the Premier League, though, and that's the thing. He was quality before the Premier League. Most of Kenny Dalglish's best days were before the Premier League. All he did in the Premier League
titles before the Premier League. One
and I haven't included them in the slides. It's only the one with Blackburn because
that's cool. No, that's cool. Yeah, take that.
But before we dive into the comments, before we dive a little bit into that, Ty, I've asked Mo before. I've asked Daps before. Do you know what time it is?
It's time to run up the intro.
And just like that, we're back.
We back, baby.
Like we always say as well, you take your shoes off at your house on the way in. As you come into the stream, make sure you smash the like, people. There's 40 of you nearly here already. So that should be 40 likes already. So yeah, big up everyone that's inside, man.
Did you see the comment I left on Grizz's show when you said that?
Do you know what? You didn't put it up. I was silently creasing to myself. Do you know what the bit made me laugh the most? It was even the KFC bit at the end because I always box.
But that's the thing, yeah. I used to have a brethren called Smiles, Hot Smiles, yeah. And he always used to come to my yard in Milton Keynes, and he always used to stop at KFC on the way and get back in the day. You could get them mini twisters for 99p, yeah. And he'd get like 6 of them, back them all. And then like an hour later be on the toilet, and I'd be like, bro, every time you need to realise that's what KFC does to you, boy.
You don't even ask me no more. You need to know where I am now.
For real. I'm looking forward to this one.
We did top 10 then. Top 10 Premier League ever. Guys in the comments, make sure obviously you run up your views as well, because I reckon, and this is just me, I haven't spoke to these men already, but I reckon what's going to happen is we're going to go from our number 10s down to 1s, agree on it, and then we're going to look at the list 1 to 10 and maybe change a couple around, or you know what happens and you guys start getting in the comments and voting. So just, you guys are massively important to the show, man. So get your votes.
100%.
Yeah, man. I
100%.
big up anyone that's in here as well. Nice and early. There's about 40 of you in here diving in. Ilias, obviously, big up as always. You childish little shit. Saying not sure if Klopp is the greatest manager of all time.
I
With
thought that
only
was
one
fair, though.
Premier
I
League.
thought that was fair.
Yeah.
That was
I
fair.
think no. I'm not talking about the comment. I'm talking about Ilias in general. I love him.
Oh yeah.
Big up, yeah.
He's the biggest troll out there. Anyone knows Ilias?
Absolutely, bro.
I want to tell people even in the Discord, do not take the boy serious. He loves it. Anyways, big up Sid, big up guys. Jose surely in the top 5. I've got my list. These men got their list, but we're gonna do one.
I haven't
list.
got my list. I haven't even done a list, you know.
Well,
Yeah, I
I've
haven't
got.
either.
For me personally, he's in my top 4. But we'll talk about. I'm sure you can talk about many different things. Smash the likes, as Zohaib is saying as well. Big up Terrence. Love to see it. Wenger in his early days. Yeah, man. We're taking accountability as well. I would like to think so as well, Tyre, that people that manage, there's only been 3, you could say 3 managers, actually technically 4 managers that have changed football for good. You could say in the Prem at that, you could say Wenger was one of them. You could say Ferguson was definitely the first one of them. Pep Guardiola is another one of them. And I would like to think Klopp,
hold on.
I would like to think Klopp's also had a bit of an effect of changing the way Premier League is.
Fergie changed the Premier League.
Well, yeah, the way it all was, like, remember with the youth and everything coming into it, the way he was.
The youth's a fair shout. The youth might. Do you know what? The youth might be a shout. To be fair, I was wondering where you're going with that. The youth might be a shout.
Wenger,
dominance. He was the first to be dominant. You could say.
Yeah. Wenger was also like you could also argue. Obviously, he changed up the dietary and everything. He was highlighting things, actually making them athletes. And then obviously, Pep Guardiola changed football in general. So that is definitely in their account. And I think Klopp had a bit of an effect and a bit of a shock for when people came in. And you could say Jose was on that a little bit. Didn't change the Prem for good. Yeah, you could say for good, but Jose definitely brought in a different feel to it and the way when he did first arrive.
You know what, as well, the funny thing with Jose that a lot of people always seem to forget as well. Like, obviously, we grew up watching football and we knew that, like, okay, we spent 15 million or 20 million pounds on a player back when we were watching it as kids. That was a lot. But Mourinho was one of the first managers to actually have the big pool of money which started pumping into football. So yes, that's another interesting side of it from the business side as well.
For real, really was.
Let's do this, man. Number 10s and all that.
Are you going to drive the slides?
I'll do it. Just let me go through a couple more as well. Big up Pablo. Big up Phillips. Says, I hate to say it, Fergie's the greatest Premier League manager, although Guardiola is catching him up fast. Well, yeah, I think all he remains is getting a Champions League.
Oh,
but
here we
then
go.
again, you know what?
It's only this long in, and it's been mentioned.
Yeah, no, but we'll dive into it. But it's just like Fergie built a club from pretty much nothing. Anyways,
he
did. He did.
Yeah, of course. United was small. United were really small.
They weren't small.
Tiny
club. The club at the time were going through dire things and everything. Obviously, 91.
So have you seen dire? You can't say dire things, bro.
Yeah, but we was on the verge.
You in the top division. You in the top division.
Yeah, but they weren't great. Go to the positions that he finished in his first 5 years, you'd be shocked.
No, I wouldn't be shocked.
Tit for tat, anyways, he built Manchester United to where they are now. Like, obviously,
absolutely. He made Manchester United.
Mr. Man United.
Let's not talk on Fergie yet, because
not yet.
Too easy.
It's gonna,
way too easy.
That's why I'm sitting quiet, because I know you two are gonna get into a war in that early.
I'm gonna
not on Fergie, bro.
Before we do, we have got 16 managers to get through to talk about, and obviously dive into.
Yeah, but some of them might just very simply be
easy,
skate the hell over. What is this guy doing here?
Yeah, big up Ricky. Good job. If it's just the PL, if it was Champions League, Wenger wouldn't even be in the top 100. Yeah, it might actually be a good idea. If guys want us to run the best Champions League managers, that's a different grade.
That's a very good one. But I do listen. I do think that Champions League is relevant with this as well, though.
Of course it is. You have to take it into account.
Yeah, we do. I think like this is, although we said Premier League managers, we're meaning managers that were managing in the Premier League, and we're basing it all on what they did while they're in the Premier League. And let me be clear as well, for managers like Pellegrini, it's not just on his time at Manchester City, it's him as a manager in the Premier League. Yeah, so we have to look at everything.
Well, you've got to manage a squad over a season, and that counts. So it says, big up Naeem Yassin saying straight from Grizz's channel, big up you, my brother. Franklin Cap says, terms of accomplishment and prestige, he's not top 5 in the Prem, but tactically and style play-wise, top 5 to watch. Who's that about? Klopp?
I think Wenger. I think maybe Wenger. I think Klopp did change it. Klopp was the first one that, I hate using this term because Liverpool fans use it, but he did bring that, like, I'm not going to call it what they call it. I'm going to call it aggressive counter-attacking football. So it's not just counter-attack, but it is like it's the way they countered when he, like in their best season. And I'm going back to before they won the league. Yeah, in their best season, the way they countered was just different. It was so quick. It was like
it was relentless. To be fair, do you know what? Yeah, I know it's a little bit far-fetched in some way now when you look, he's struggling at Leicester. Yeah, when you look at Brendan Rodgers and he got so close to winning the league with Leicester. His ideology
with Liverpool,
Sturridge, Sterling, Suarez, they were like hounds of animals. Obviously, after that, I know it went for a little bit of a dip, but do you feel like even Brendan Rodgers was sort of the change of like getting Liverpool
getting it ready?
In that way, do you know what I mean? Getting ready for Klopp, really? Do you know what I mean? Like they, in their mentally, they knew what they were getting with Klopp.
Shout,
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
I think that's a really good shout.
The first one, it's a good shout. You know what else is a good shout? Maybe in the top 10, maybe you might miss out as well. We're just gonna dive straight into it.
Yeah,
the man himself, you could say one of Tottenham's biggest managers ever as well. Not Harry Redknapp, it's the other one, obviously Mauricio Pochettino. If you can see, he's 8 seasons in the Prem. Not really. It's more of. I think it's more of an honourable mention. I think he did get Tottenham to where they are in terms of being a top 4, top 5. Current team to where they are, stabilized them in that way. Could have a manager potentially done more? But he hasn't won nothing. Obviously, I don't think he's worth mentioning for the top 10. That's why we said we've got 16 slides. But I think he wouldn't be too far off of top 10 though, in terms of what he's done as Tottenham as an achievement of getting them where they are potentially.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think it's one of them ones that I really like Poch. How I leave it with Poch, right? And I'll keep it nice and short. 2 words: unfinished business. I feel like he's got something to come back to the Prem and try and prove to himself. And that's what I like about Poch. I think he knows he wants to come back to the Prem one day. I think getting so close to Spurs, or not so close, getting to that February, March period with Spurs, helping Southampton, building them up, going to Spurs and sort of re-changing the way they play. I think his second last season at home, 17 wins, 2 draws. Like, there's something about Poch, but it's always been like, that question mark. Can he do this? Can he do that? You go to PSG, I get it. You win a couple trophies that you're going to win anyway, but still on a big level. Can you win this? Can you win that? So for me, I think it's unfinished business with Poch. And at the end of his career, we could look at him and maybe, because I don't have him in my top 10 personally, but at the end of his Premier League management career, he could be in the top 10. But that we'll see what big job or something he gets next, because he's still got stuff to prove. But I like him, man.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah, good manager. Probably underachieved at Spurs with that squad that he had. He should have probably done more. What about you, Daps, man? Not really much to really say on the man. I wouldn't say it's even worth mentioning.
I was waiting for, I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting to have the first disagreement with Ty, right? But Ty didn't back in the way I thought he was going to. For me, he's not going to make the top 10. Like, if you look at how he's actually was in the Premier League, I think for what, eight seasons.
8 seasons.
And what did he do? Really, like, and what you just said, we got Tottenham to where we got them, and blah 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 blah. All of that, cool. He didn't win anything. He didn't win them anything at all. Yeah, and there's going to be other managers that we're going to say, nah, I don't know about that, and they've won trophies. He needs to come, like Ty said, he showed some good signs. He needs to come back to the Premier League. The difficult thing is now it's where, and that's the thing, because we all thought he was going to come back to Man United potentially. That ain't going to happen now. So it's like, let's wait and see.
Yeah, it's going to be
perfect.
Perfect.
I agree with both of you on that.
Yeah, it's not really worth. I'm just trying to think really.
It can't be in the top 10, but we can't be.
Nah, it can't be.
Nah. Top 15. Let's put it like that. If you're going to talk about longevity, then we could throw David Moyes into that equation. Got Everton quite high back in the day. West Ham as well. Next one is the other Tottenham man in Harry Redknapp, and I would like to think that this guy is pretty much circling as well in terms of longevity in the Premier League. He's managed many clubs, and I've got nothing but respect for the man. If anything, I did like him. I really wanted him to be England manager back in 2010, and he rejected it. And he went to sit at Tottenham, and just to find out himself, he got sacked for Villas-Boas to come in, someone younger, someone more hungry. Well,
what he is? He's a lovable rogue, isn't it?
Yeah,
he's dodgy as hell, man. He really is. Like, we saw with Allardyce. Allardyce lost the flipping England job. Yeah, there would have been so much scandal coming out of the fucking wardrobe for this man. This guy's scandalous, but we all
good.
know it. But we all love him. Like,
yeah, that's it. That's it. I was actually just going to say, like, Harry Redknapp, again, for me, he's actually not in my top 10, probably same for you guys. But in terms of, like, I don't want to say I have a second team because obviously I'm a Man United fan. But when Harry Redknapp was at Spurs, they were the team. If Man United, like, weren't playing and any other game was on, the Spurs are playing, whoever it was, I wanted Spurs to win because I loved Harry Redknapp. I loved the old school 4-4-2. It was like Lennon and Bale on the wings. Like, it was just sick watching Spurs, man. Like, I really liked Harry Redknapp there. So as a personal fan favorite, he'd actually go in my top 5 in terms of like my personal favorite of like who I like as a person. But he's not top 10 managers, unfortunately.
do you know what the funniest thing about Redknapp is? The fact that the one trophy he did win, I believe he won one FA Cup, was at Portsmouth.
When it was
not
Portsmouth as well, yeah.
It's just that Tottenham curse, man. I swear down.
Literally.
Well, was a couple.
Who was it? The one? So on that, who was it that won Tottenham's League Cup?
Tottenham League Cup back in 2008. I thought it was Redknapp, or did he come after that?
Nah, I thought it was Redknapp. I might be wrong.
Wasn't with Redknapp. Wasn't. I was well, unless I missed it when I was doing the stats earlier. It wasn't Redknapp. So I don't know who it was.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Does anyone in the comments know? George, someone saying George Graham. Was he a Premier League legend?
Oh.
Or was
No.
he
Definitely winning the Carabao Cup or the. That doesn't make you a legend.
I'm pretty sure it was Redknapp.
Harry Redknapp lost in the final to us in the League Cup.
Well, honestly, I went through the stats, and sometimes I do miss things.
I remember the game because Ronaldo hit the post in the last minute. Yeah,
I'm pretty certain I double checked it as well. So I was like, surely
they won in 2008, did they not? And I'm pretty sure Harry Redknapp was taking over that team.
They lost to us in the 09 final. 08-09.
Let me have a look now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was proper having
Martin Yo. Yeah, it might have been Martin Yo. Yeah, it might have been Martin Yo. Yeah, might have been. It makes me feel like I'm old now when I'm thinking back to 08.
I'm sorry,
but
the one
people saying Martin Yo in the comments.
The one that got me on age the other day was the fact that Neymar's 30.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Oh, who we got next, cousin? The slide.
Someone saying Poch for Leicester next, Paul Tierney as well. So next on the slide, we have got Claudio Ranieri. He's in my top 10.
Yeah.
Right, so an interesting one on this is obviously the stats aren't on here, but I had a look at win ratios, right? And Ranieri's funny because his win ratios started respectable, shall I say? Yeah, because remember his first job was Chelsea, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Then it was Leicester. They were actually lower than when he was at Chelsea, but they won the league. But that's because over the seasons that he was there, apart from winning the league, the others, I think the season before and whatever else, by the time he was at Watford, the win ratio was like 12%. And that's why when you look at him, it's like, yes, he did an amazing job. And you know what? You probably would, for me, I don't know if this is with you, Cass, but with managers, you have to look at not just how many trophies they've won, but what they've done for the clubs they've been at. And like when we were speaking about Kane the other day, and if Kane is GOAT or not, we were saying that he's definitely not a GOAT at the moment. However, if this season Tottenham won the league and then England won the World Cup, then you know what? You'd be like, yeah, based on that he's scored all these goals and now he's led Tottenham to their first Premier League and England to a World Cup. He's definitely a GOAT based on that. The same with Ranieri. Like, I'm definitely not calling him a GOAT, by the way, but he did win Leicester a Premier League that no one ever expected.
Anything like this again,
it kind of puts him on a certain level, isn't it?
Yeah, you could say that. Well, you can't. Why is it my personal top 10? Is just the reason being is the fact that obviously what he done with Leicester, it's what he done with Leicester, man. It is what he done with Leicester. I don't think we see something like that ever again. Nah. Not in the next 20, 30 years, anyways. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Who am I to say?
I might see this season with Arteta.
Yeah, good one. Anyways, I wish I had some drums for that. Soups, I wish I had some drums for that, man.
Soups is trying to sort out my TV at the moment. Oh, who did them? Oh,
me.
Perfect. There we go.
Anyways, good joke. Anyways, moving on from Ranieri, is Roberto Di Matteo. So
now me and Tyro already.
I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. My man needs. You got same hair as me, Di Matteo, but you ain't cutting it on this show, man.
Bro, his hairline looks better than yours. I'm not gonna lie, bro. His
hairline. Daps, man.
No, bro. Joking aside, look at it. Like in this picture in particular, his hairline actually looks alright. Still, I'm not gonna lie.
Better hair, I'll have the better looks. We'll run with that.
Oh wow!
I've got a cap on for a reason, so I'm not.
Nah, I'm playing with you, man. I'm playing with you. I like the banner.
Well,
he won the Champions League. Big up to him, Cass, but I'm sorry, man.
He won the FA Cup as well.
He won the FA Cup as well, though, bro.
Wait, who won
the double?
Double, same season. Did a double.
Same season, of course it was.
Yeah, and but I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. But we can't discredit that. And like the one we were debating is if we should put Tuchel in this, and it was like straight away, this guy did more than Tuchel because Tuchel that season came in the knockout stages of the Champions League, won the Champions League, right? But also had an FA Cup final against Arteta's first season Arsenal and lost. Whereas this guy went and won the FA Cup same season. So I'm like, he actually did more for Chelsea than Tuchel did.
Yeah, I hear you. I wouldn't even have Tuchel in there. Do you know what? It's mad. Like even if I don't have Di Matteo in my top 10, to actually sit and think, wow, he was actually the manager that guided him to the Champions League. Fair play.
Let's be clear as well. First ever Champions League. First ever.
Like, do you know what I mean?
So he broke that duck.
Fair play. He broke the duck. Yeah, man. So
Pep's trying to do it for us still. Listen, it's getting with a man. It's actually mad, yeah, that we go and try and get like everyone says City got Pep to win the Champions League. I know that's not true. We got him to continue to compete in every trophy. However, Chelsea went and got Di Matteo, who literally had like managed in the Premier League for one season or something, yeah, and that's it, the end, yeah, and he went and guided them to a Champions League final.
Yeah, it's true. I just think
it's mad.
I know we're doing Premier League and incorporating other things, but because it's Premier League as well, like I know it's got. I don't
even know where they finished.
We'll be doing unfair justice. Yeah, I think we'd know. We've got to move on from this one.
Yeah, before we move on, guys, remember to hit that like button if you haven't. It's all appreciated. It helps us algorithms. You could push us to our next subscriber. So on that note, do make sure that you are with us right now. Are you a supporter or are you not a supporter? If someone else that's support of the next club that he managed was obviously Pellegrini himself. Now this is probably a debate of if he is in the top 10 or not.
Good one.
Well, so far, out the 16 we've got so far, all three of them have we said aren't.
And we said Ranieri.
No, I said
Ranieri is. Yeah, okay.
Ranieri is in my top 10. I think like if anyone's on the border of this, would be someone like Pellegrini. I would say he's obviously 4 seasons in the Prem. He won a Premier League and 2 League Cups, so he's a winner.
Sorry, I'm wrong on that. It wasn't. Oh yeah, 4 because there's West Ham as well. Yeah, my bad.
Because obviously other than City, he was there. Not his most favourable time. Obviously, didn't really do a great job.
3 League Cups.
2 League Cups. 2 League Cups.
2 League Cups. Sorry, excuse me. 2 League Cups. Premier League in his first season, I think. His first season.
We're not obviously basing. Remember, again, we're not basing this just off what they won as trophies. We're talking about as a manager.
So the one thing I will say about him as a City fan is Mancini. Yeah, and the beautiful thing is, even when I talk about the era under Mancini, and I talk about it as being a defensive era, we weren't that defensive. Like we weren't Chelsea defensive, but we were. Like I'm telling you now, our defense was a fucking rock then. Like Company, Lescott, or Toure. On the left, it was Kolarov or Clichy. On the right, it was Zabaleta mainly. And then we had De Jong, who was an absolute rock in front of them as well. Barry, we were a lot more. Pellegrini came in, and I feel like he was brought in by the board for a few reasons. It was a Spanish board that brought him in, and they brought him in as a stopgap. It was very obvious, because the way he left for Pep, it was so nice and friendly. You could tell this was agreed. You know, we know you from Spain. You come in, we kind of know who we want to replace you, but you're the stopgap. And I feel like he helped to transition us into like our football started to change.
I hear it.
Started to change under him. It was under him. It was a lot more direct, and it was more tick-tack, one-touch type stuff.
You know what the maddest thing as well, Daps, is I think I'm thinking 2014, maybe 2014 or 2015, one of them seasons just before Pep came, he actually, I think it was the record, City scored 152 goals in all comps that year. That
was probably the season that from August to January, Negredo was on absolute.
I remember
smoke.
that. Yeah, he
And
scored a bang against Spurs and that.
Well, it was Aguero and Negredo through the middle, and they would just bang him for fun. But then we also had Zeko and we had Jovetic. So we had 4. Then we also had, I think, Navas. We had
a young David Silva,
and he still had the
young David Silva. You got to remember the Pellegrini title winning season was the season that Yaya. I've done it. Yaya was like hitting mad numbers as well. And Nasri, you're right.
Goals is crazy. When you
and that's what I mean.
Down in all comps,
that was
changed the way.
I just feel though his legacy was kind of damaged when he went to West Ham and didn't succeed there. For me, that's what makes me think why he's not in my top 10. It's just that if he stayed at City and done his thing, you'd be like, yeah, you know what, Pellegrini was a dope manager. Went to West Ham, didn't cut the mustard.
Do you know what? I know it's a bit off stream. I'm glad he's doing well now. I'm really happy for him.
Actually. Where is he now?
He's at Real Betis. That's what we're
doing.
I'm not gonna lie.
He was a mad likable manager, proper likable manager. He always reminded me of a South American mafia boss, and he had this don that rolled with him everywhere that also looked like a mafia boss. But he was just. Yeah,
they look like him. Yeah, I remember who you're about now.
He looks. If I show you, I'm going to show you a picture afterwards. By the way, so a guy I play football, or used to play football with. If he was younger, he looks exactly like him. I'm going to show you.
So fuck me. If you're playing with football with someone that looks like that, I want whatever he's having.
Andrew Dawson. Big up him, obviously. Great footballer, by the way. Actually, he's Italian as well. He's Italian.
Well, Pellegrini ain't Italian, though, is he?
No, but I think he's got an Italian last name as well.
Yeah, he must
Pellegrini.
have that name.
So he must have something going on. But they look so alike, man. If he got older, he looked like Pellegrini, just a little bit shorter.
No, I like Pellegrini, but he definitely first season, like he hit the ground running because he came in, and if you remember the season before Mancini's last season, the drop off was mad. Like we all of a sudden, if you remember that season, we lost the FA Cup final to Wigan, and
that's really icing on the cake.
Yeah, and it just looked like a bit of a drop off. Pellegrini came in first season. I remember that summer. We had I think that was the summer we got we got Negredo, we got Navas, we got 1 or 2. We got exciting players. But then again, his drop off was a bit afterwards. Like Sterling came in, and Sterling wasn't under Pellegrini. Who else came in under Pellegrini? There was someone else that came in under Pellegrini that was very, very, very relevant.
Don't say his name. No, actually, no, it's not him, is it?
Was Laporte?
Laporte?
Wait, he's a Pep signing.
No. Are you sure?
No, no. So Pellegrini was the players. He bought players such as was it? Did he get
last
Fernandinho?
Season he got Fernandinho, 1,000,000% Fernandinho, 1,000,000%.
He didn't buy De Bruyne as well, did he? He got De Bruyne as well?
He got De Bruyne as well. He got De Bruyne. I think that's it. And Sterling. Laporte probably was Pep.
Otamendi.
No, Laporte was Pep.
Laporte was
Otamendi.
Pep.
You got Otamendi under.
I remember Gundogan and John Stones came in, and you got Laporte.
Because Pep's first ones were Gundogan, Stones.
You had Mangala,
and then Laporte in the January afterwards, innit? In the January he came in. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think you also got Demichelis, Negredo, as you
all
say,
them South American man, then, bro. We were Argentina massive at that point. Like, he was getting all of them. But I hear you on it though. I'm gonna put him on the I'm gonna put him kind of on the M25, man.
Yeah, anyone that is here, this is not our current top 10, by the way. Just to let you know, anyone watching Never a Foul, please smash the like button. I appreciate every like that's there. 75 of you and counting. How many likes? We are on 76. So I big up that.
Nice. You're taking off your shoes, guys. You're taking off your shoes. Well done.
Just don't go to the toilet yet.
Take off your shoes. If you give us your lists as well, we want to say Avic is saying Claudio Ranieri is number 1. Sir Alex Ferguson's 2. Pep, Wenger, Jose, Klopp, Ancelotti, Daglish, Mancini, and Sean Dyche is his wild card. That's not even a bad shout, I suppose. But
who was it? I was here talking about Dyche earlier. Who was it? There was someone, a club, and they were talking about getting rid of someone not too long because Dyche is available. Who was it? And I thought, someone wants a bit dicey.
Was it Conte or I don't know who it was?
No, I can't think who it was, but someone. I can't remember what fan it was. It was someone, but he wanted it. I would think, you want a bit of Dyche in you? Okay, cool. He'll be back soon.
I respect this shout, by the way. I actually think David Moyes maybe sneaks into mine just
mad.
Yeah, it's
Mad.
like he's one of them ones. He's on the border. Him and Pellegrini are kind of like the ones that I'm like,
how Pellegrini's got trophies to his name,
Pellegrini, if I had to pick one, like Pellegrini goes in over him for me. Yeah, Pellegrini.
What?
But you know when I'm talking like 10th and that, I'm thinking like, does David Moyes for the David? Does David
What, for being there that long, being at the biggest club in the Premier League and achieving fuck all?
Yeah, no, but I know it's obviously you could look at trophies, but if I look at that overall, like with Everton, he sustained them in that top 6. He got them top 4, and he went to West Ham. He got him a Europa League final.
Done exactly the same thing, pretty much, isn't it? He's done the same thing as he did back at his Everton job. Remember that days of Leighton Baines and Steven Pienaar.
Apart from Man United, obviously, which he shouldn't have got the job anyway, the clubs he's been at in terms of that the West Hams and Evertons, he's kind of like done the best he probably could with them. They couldn't go any further, and he maintained it. So
in that case, Pellegrini should be in
I don't like him as Man United manager, but I respect him.
Yeah, he's not in my top 10, but he's just got an honourable mention. That's what we're just going through. You know what we're doing? The format of this is that we're going to talk on the managers we have selected, and then it will be easy to make up a top 10. Would you guys agree Ranieri might be in the top 10? In your guys'
based
top
on
10?
the based on that, would say he's done something that was very unique.
Yeah, so he has to be in the top 10.
Comment from Daps, I have to give it to him, saying that he kind of like helped the way City played going into Pep. Like, I didn't really think of it like that. I think that's a good point, actually.
Well, David Moyes, obviously, big up David Moyes, what he's doing. You suck, but it is what it is.
You can stay down.
You man hate him, innit? You man hate him.
Yeah, I really can. He gave us the worst.
double A. Every United fan hates him.
And I'm to you, he gave me and Caston the worst time of our life. Do you remember the Fulham game?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. But here's the thing, yeah. Every other manager since that didn't have to follow in Fergie's footsteps, yeah. But every other manager got excuses of the board. Moyes had the same board, right? So I just
but he had a title. I'm not being funny. The argument is he had
players that had Fergie was a bastard. That team was aging for fun, bro. Don't act like it wasn't.
If that team might have been aging, right? But at the same time, they had mentality, and they were definitely mentality monsters back then.
But here's the other thing:
they had mentality.
There were mentality monsters in love with Fergie. Yeah, so Moyes had to come in as a man that was not Alex Ferguson and get all them aging mentality monsters that probably were tired and just wanted to mash a pee, and he's having to and respected Fergie on the next level. Now they've got like his cousins, brothers, dogs, sisters, cats, something whatever, like running them. Like I think he deserves a break, man. Give him a break.
He don't deserve a break. He deserves to retire, and he's just whack. For me, he don't matter how much money you're gonna give this man or what targets you either got. He wouldn't have done shit with them.
Blame
in
Fergie.
my opinion.
Blame Fergie for bringing him in.
Nah, well,
Points against Fergie when we get to him.
It is Fergie's fault for why Man United are in the way we are. He said he gave the yes to the Glazers, did he not as well? So, anyways, if they go ahead, Rafa Benitez. This is good now. Again, one sitting on the fence. Not in my top 10. Not in my top 10.
He's an interesting one, Rafa.
But he's interesting. Of course, he's interesting.
He won the UEFA Cup. He got him second in the league. Won the Champions League. He sort of got Liverpool's name mentioned again. Do you know what? I can't really say whether he's in my top 10 or not. Because you know when we go through the list and actually put people in, that's what I was saying. You'll make it easier when you visualize it and we're making the 10.
It's hard with him because he's also been good abroad, and that stays in your mind that you think, okay, like you'll think about things people have done.
And then he came back to Newcastle, and then he had that little, not saying he mini revival, but he had that good, like the Newcastle fans started liking him, and then he went, and it was all a bit sour, but they wanted him to stay. It was all. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, like someone said in the comments, Rafa and Tuchel, like they might. I hear that.
You hit that. Yeah, hear that. Yeah, man, 100%. But by the way, guys, send in your lists. I'm gonna star them. If I see your lists, put your list in the comments right now. I'm gonna star them. I'm gonna go through what you guys think right at the end of the show. Yeah, Rafa Benitez done great things at Liverpool, but it didn't sustain it. Could say he didn't really get back to Newcastle. Everton, don't even get us started on that. Pretty much damaged. It pretty much finished the career, you could say, at the Everton's thing. But then again, Ancelotti managed to get back up from Everton. He done all right at the start, but it is what it is. I'm sure he'll be mentioned here soon. But I'll say out of those 7 names we have put in, I would say out of us from our reactions, Ranieri is pretty much the only one that could feature in the top 10.
Yeah, it's mad.
And Pellegrini maybe.
Potentially Pellegrini. Onto the
next slide. I think the other thing you got to say with Pellegrini as well, yeah, is Mancini is Mancini, innit? Right? And so Mancini came and he did what he did at City. For me, although it might not have been going forward the best City team you've ever seen, but I still think defensively that City unit was just like, you've got to remember Mancini had Company in his prime, yeah, and prime Company was winning player of the season, not City player of the season, player of the season. He had Zabaleta probably in his prime as well, Lescott and Toure that were perfect partners for Company as well. Pellegrini came in and City still didn't have this mentality we now have, and he's managed to win a league with us in his first season. So there's going to be like, there's Chelsea managers that you will give praise because they came to Chelsea and won the league with them, right?
Well, here's one of them. He's the guy
Now,
that
that's
started
different.
off.
I was actually meaning Ancelotti, because we're talking about what they've done in the Premier League, not what they've done abroad. Yeah, and people will say about Ancelotti coming to Chelsea and whatever. Well, Pellegrini won the same number of leagues as Ancelotti with a club that kind of weren't where Chelsea were when Ancelotti joined them. So
we'll talk on Ancelotti soon.
This guy's different. This guy, I'm not going to compare Pellegrini to this man. No. Because this is the first man out of our list so far that has retained.
Yeah.
Won
he retained it
and retained.
You could say he even
very important for me. That retaining thing is very, very important in this conversation.
You could say, for me, he's in my top 3. I'm not going to say which one.
Well, he's telling you, innit? He's there. He's telling you, bro.
There.
Look at his fingers. Pause.
No,
he's telling you.
This guy, oh my God, this guy was the scariest manager back in mid 2000s. Scariest manager going. It's still to this day. I think he kept the most clean sheets. Better check. Defense was unbelievable.
Yeah, defense was unbelievable.
9 goals.
Great football as well. This guy was everything. The only thing
Did you know what it was as well? Like as much as people talk about Ferguson, like building obviously mentality monsters, which Ferguson did, he brought that other sort of mentality of the Ricardo Carvalhos, the Paulo Ferreiras. Like when he brought the Ballack, like when
he brought them powerful European man with mentalities. It's spot on. Bro, I think he was probably the first European manager that brought European winners.
When he came and like he had that money to spend, and that's what I said at the start of the show. If you just locked in, like he was the first manager as well. When the new shift of money came in, Abramovich was like, right, I'm gonna back you, I'm gonna pump it in. He spent money. He came in, 9 goals conceded. They grinded out wins, 1-0, 2-0. Like even players like Crespo came like. He just had this thing about him that he balanced out a bit with
actually
that chose the know-how.
No, but to be fair, hold on. This great football conversation.
I don't think it was great football.
But I'll always be honest. Yeah, we have to be very careful with what words we use. It's very similar to when someone says Arsenal are a bigger club than City, and like, yeah, but right now you're not more successful than City. With great football, define great football. Is Mayweather a great boxer? Because to some people they say he's boring, but boring doesn't mean not great. And his football was fucking effective. Yeah. So to some people,
and that means
that's great. I mean, no, it means it's great football. It doesn't mean it means great football. But it doesn't mean exciting football. It means very effective football. The other thing I think he brought, and the first manager that I think this guy, I think he was the first manager that personality-wise, because Wenger was doing the wars with Fergie, but Wenger, I feel, never really had the upper hand with
that's what I'm saying. He brought this mental edge.
This guy was like, "Oh, bring it, bro. No problem whatsoever. Come, Fergie. Come outside, bro. No problem." And he did that to take it away from the players.
But you got to remember, Daps, he didn't even do that coming from Chelsea. He already put his foot in it when he celebrated down the line with Porto, so he already had the war ready.
Yeah,
that's in the Champions League,
and that's important. But he did it for a good reason, because sometimes he would do that and take the spotlight off of the players and make it about him. Which some would say that was his ego.
Still does it now. Done it last week. Got sent off
but it doesn't work as much anymore, does it?
Yeah, because it's a different day and age, man. Players are much more like, well, they just it's player power pretty much can. Everything that comes alongside it. Obviously, big up Mourinho. If people don't know, they can see 9 seasons in the Prem. Altogether, by the way, you could say which affects his plays could also be obviously the stints at Man United, where he did win, but Tottenham as well.
No, but
could affect his plays.
He won 2 trophies.
A couple trophies.
He won 2 trophies.
Technically, you could say 3 as he wants to count as 3, but it's not. But Tottenham.
But the other thing,
you got them into the final.
The other thing I think he did that was clever at Man United, we spoke on this the other day, is like I feel like at Man United, he knew the shit was changing. He knew that it was more player power now. And obviously, under him, you bought Pogba. Him bringing in Zlatan at Man United was genius, because it was like, you know what? Me and Zlatan fuck with each other. If I bring in Zlatan, I don't need to worry about war with players, because Zlatan will manage that. And Zlatan did. The season when Jose and Zlatan were there, you won the Europa League. He managed that. But then afterwards, it was
Lukaku was his downfall for me. The guy thought
I think it was Zlatan going, bro. I think it was Zlatan.
Yeah, but I think Lukaku thinking he has mentality and thinking he's the big boy that he is, it affected everything. And it was Pogba's boy, but I'm not saying Pogba was toxic or anything like that. But Lukaku was toxic, man. I hate that man with a passion. Don't care.
But if you even now, if you look at Jose now, like, maybe
he's doing all right, Roma, to be fair.
But he brings in players. I think he's clever with the players he brings in. He brings in allies, and people that he can kind of rely on to maybe be that guy in the dressing room, because he knows that if he's that guy in the dressing room, he's falling out with players. It's that simple. He's not going to do the Klopp thing and cuddle them.
Three Premier Leagues, 1 FA Cup, 2 Community Shields, 4 League Cups, and obviously the Europa League with Man United. So for me, Jose's in my top 3 easily, and obviously we can talk about Jose pretty much.
Top 3, yeah.
He's definitely my top 3.
Well, I'm going to say he's in my top 10. We'll discuss it later, but I definitely
he's
100%
in my top 10. So yeah,
got another 8 slides to run through. So we'll keep it short, which would be like this guy who's also very short. 5 seasons in the Prem alone, 1 Premier League, 1 League Cup. Kenny Dalglish, he's in my top 10 discussion, 100%. I think
why is it by beating you, man, with Blackburn? Yeah,
not just that. It was the manner that you know, that Sutton and Shearer. It's just he had even my man. What's his name? That Tottenham bastard. He loves to talk so much all the time. What's his name? Such a joke, man. When he talks, he managed Tottenham at some point. Got Harry Kane involved.
My mind's gone.
He's a midfielder.
For who?
Him in that Blackburn team.
Oh my days.
He's a pundit nowadays. What's his name? Someone must know his name. He's not that he's relevant or anything like that.
Sherwood.
Tim Sherwood. Yeah, Tim Sherwood.
Sherwood was there. He was good there. Him and Mike Newell as well. They had Colin Hendry, centre back.
Colin Hendry, man, big boy centre back, Scottish.
They had another good winger, because they were good with their wingers. Who was it? Was it
Morton Gans Pedersen?
No, it wasn't.
No, I'm joking.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. When they had Sherwood, they had another winger. They had good wingers on both sides, and that was their thing, wingers. And then they had Sutton.
It was good back then. If it was a traditional 4-4-2 as well, isn't it?
Yeah. He was in the wars
Who
of
was
it.
that
man.
other winger? Who was that? Ripley. That's it. Ripley. Ripley. Yeah, it was Ripley. And they used to just fling the balls in, and she was just on it for fun. That was my era as well. I that day, I always talk about this when we talk about City.
Oh yeah, you told me this. Yeah. You was at Main Road, isn't it?
My childhood, that day, I was at Main Road that day, and that was the most I ever celebrated at Main Road, when man didn't win the league, because it was
because he went to the final day of the season, didn't it?
Yeah. And went to the final day of the season, and Liverpool actually beat. I think, did Liverpool beat Blackburn? But then you failed to get the result.
Who's saying Wilcox? Wilcox
was good as well. Yeah, Wilcox was cold as well.
Yeah, guys, if you're in here, make sure you smash the like button.
I didn't watch. I'm not gonna gas it. I didn't watch much of this Blackburn team, but based on what I know, winning the league, obviously beating Manchester United, having this Sutton and Shearer partnership, and it is Blackburn still like. And Dalglish had already won, like, not Premier League, but won stuff before that. Yeah, I'll throw him in the conversation, man. So, yeah.
I think he's in the conversation. That's 3 men in the conversation. I'm pretty
sure.
The
other thing I would just say on Kenny Dalglish as well is, just to any Liverpool fans in here, especially any legacy Liverpool fans, if we were to be talking before the Premier League era, Dalglish would 1,000,000% be in the conversation, because before the Premier League era, he won more leagues with Liverpool, but that wasn't in the Premier League era, so we're not talking on that.
Obviously, we spoke a little bit on Roberto Mancini before, and just to say, he won that. Obviously, the famous Aguero goal. Mancini was in charge.
Mancini
won an FA Cup, won a Community Shield. It was pretty much the spark of Man City's reign, you could say. He was definitely at the start of it. Very good manager. Obviously, had that massive fallout of Balotelli and Tevez.
Listen, bro, I was going to say, he brought us 2 things. He brought us trophies and Balotelli, and for that we thank him.
Yeah, man, and he's definitely in that question. He bought good football as well. Bought Aguero, bought Yaya. I think he was the first.
He spent money correctly. I mean, the funny thing about Silva, Yaya, Boateng, I think were all his signings.
Sanya,
and this is
Nasri.
This is a funny thing, that when we won the league, Hughes kept coming out saying, "Oh, but half Mancini's squad I bought," and it's like, Hughes, fuck off. Are you really trying to put yourself next to fucking Mancini, bro? Just allow it, innit? Cool, you bought it then. You bought company as a DM, rude boy, not as a centre back. But yeah, I think Mancini, look, to City fans, he brought us our first Premier League and our first FA Cup as well.
I think he changed. So for me, he is in the top 10. I think he changed a lot of things for City going forward. Whole mentality, he got it over the line. And also with the players he signed and for the longevity they gave you and what they done for that as well, he plays a big part. So I think we just know, we will go to we know he's in the conversation. So yeah,
that guy had an eye for talent. Let's put it like that. Big up next slide. Obviously, the guy, as you can see, with that invincible Prem. Obviously, that's laughing.
I'm just laughing at. No, I'm laughing at the. You know what? We all know.
It's a small trophy.
Do you know what? I feel it's the size of the trophy.
He thinks probably Arsenal fans are thinking they're going to do this again this year.
No. Even though they've lost one, they probably still think it. No, but what I'm laughing at is the size of the trophy. Yeah, I feel like the Premier League were mocking him slightly by making it that small. Right? Why don't they just give him a big one that colour? Why have they given him a one that's like a Paul Bearer urn, but and he looks like Paul Bearer.
I think the clock is that small. Actually.
Well, it's mad small, isn't it? It's tiny. But the thing is, do you know what? Let's be 100. The invincible thing is amazing, yeah. If Arsenal fans didn't wax so fucking lyrical about it, we'd probably give it more respect. But it's like, you just bring it up constantly like it's bigger than doing a treble. And it's not bigger than doing a treble. Let's be very clear. It's not, right? Because you could go invincible and not win the league. So it's not bigger than winning a treble. But because the way Arsenal fans are about it, we don't put as much ratings on it as actually it deserves. And it does deserve a lot of fucking ratings. Going unbeaten, sensational. But he never retained.
Nah, well, you can say he got more. I know there's a bit of a typo in there, by the way. It's 22 seasons in the Premier League.
Okay, cool.
My bad.
22 seasons. 3 of them, you could say, did he win enough? 7 FA Cups, I think he won more than enough. Community Shields won 7 as well. League Cup 0, European trophies 0. You could say, did Arsene Wenger underachieve? But he changed football. Well, he changed the Prem. He changed a lot. And
yeah, he did. I think that's the shit you have to talk on. Yeah.
So on that note, for me, he's in my top 5.
Oh, a million%. In top 5. The other thing on him you have to say as well is the whole time he was, although Arsenal fans will maybe sometimes debate that he was protecting them, he was working under restrictions with the board, and he was.
Yeah.
If he didn't have those restrictions, could it have been a completely different ball game? Because after the Invincibles, that's where everything changed when they moved stadium and all of that. If he didn't have all of them, who knows?
Yeah,
who knows?
I'm not
big up anyone that's in here as well, man.
Definitely in the top 10.
Would you take him as England manager? Would you take him as England manager?
Actually,
I would.
No,
I would.
No.
No.
I wouldn't. I personally want a British manager, so that's it. And that's not because I'm a royalist or anything, a nationalist or anything. I just
well, we know, bro. Trust me.
You should manage your respective countries if you're from there. Anyways, or unions, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, on to the next slide. Number 12, Antonio Conte came into the Prem, won an FA Cup.
Well, what a picture,
won a Premier League.
You find that picture? That's a sick one.
Oh, Soup's there. Tell him, bless. I don't even know.
Conte, man, came to Chelsea, turned it straight up around.
What, like Pellegrini did?
Well, pretty much. You could
Just
say.
Saying.
You could say, but he done it in less time.
What, first season Pellegrini did it?
No, but I mean, he done it in less time, and he obviously wasn't in the Prem for as long. This is because remember he was at Chelsea for 2 seasons, got sacked the following season, but then he's gone to Tottenham.
Yeah, but how did he do it in less time if they both did it in their first season?
No. I mean, as in he's been in the Premier League for less time than.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Obviously, Pellegrini was in there for 4. He's in his current 3rd. He got sacked at Chelsea the following season. Won in the Prem, dipped. Won in the FA Cup, dipped. Got Tottenham out of the shit show they are, or was, shall I say, and. Literally.
Whoa! But no. Hold on. Cass, pause. Tottenham are not Arsenal. Yeah. Tottenham have been getting top. Tottenham have been getting top 4 mainly for the last 6 years.
I have to.
They dropped out for 1 season. You're going to call them a shit show.
No one thought the position they was right on when they got Mourinho sacked and so forth. That in the small time that they had, we're going to get top 4. Nobody. Not one person thought,
No, the minute he came in,
are you talking like when Conte first walked through the door?
No,
everyone said they're getting top 4.
Before then, no one said he was going to get top 4. As soon as Conte came in,
Nunes first month. That's where he got manager of the month, and Tottenham were first.
So when they would get sacked, where were Tottenham in the league? Were they not like what 9th, 10th, or 8th or something like that? and they were far off of it. No one thought Tottenham were going to get top. They didn't think they were going to get a manager like this. But they, and
I
he turned them,
don't.
I think he turned them around.
I think
And
you're
they're currently
making out like
second.
he's worked absolute fucking magic with Tottenham. He hasn't, bro. Calm down on that. He hasn't worked magic with them.
I think he's changing the mentality at Tottenham. Now the people are saying that Tottenham are going to get top 3 in the league this season and stuff. He's changed a lot at Tottenham.
But bro, they got top 3 with Pochettino, didn't they? We're acting like we're sorry. You're acting like Tottenham have been bro. The last 6 years, how many times have Tottenham got Champions League football in the last 6 years?
Oh, I think they got quite a few.
Put it this way,
and so they're not a shit show. How can when you're saying it from a shit show, bro? Fuck me.
But when I say shit show, I'm talking about in their current season when they had my man Nuno and they had Mourinho and they weren't going nowhere. They kept losing.
They got in the final, bro.
You know what it is? You know what it is for me, yeah? Because I hear you two going back and forth, yeah. But I think with Conte, you know that he's a good manager. So I feel like he's come in and done what he should be doing with these type of players that Spurs have. Like, I'm not surprised. I'm not sitting here like, oh, I'm bare surprised. Like, he's got top 4. Okay, now let's see what he does in the Champions League. And let's see what he does this season now when he's actually spent money as well. I feel like he's doing what he should be doing with Spurs. That's why he's there. Otherwise, why is he there? That's how I look at it. Yeah, man.
And the people that are also here right now need to be liking the video. Still 100 guys in it. Do smash the like button, man. Moving on from Conte, top 10, obviously in the discussion. Obviously, the man himself, Jurgen Klopp, in his 7 seasons. I love
that. Soup's got the most butters photo. Sorry, man. I don't like Klopp, so that photo's jokes, Cass. We can have that one.
Obviously, he's got a Super Cup as well. He's got a European trophy in the Champions League, won the League Cup, got a Community Shield, won the FA Cup. He's got one of each. He's got one of each. So he's got one of each, but he ain't got 2 of anything. That's the argument. Is he in your top 3? Is he in your top 4? Is he in your top 5? Jurgen Klopp, you have to respect it. He took Liverpool from the depths of
man. We
$1,000,000%.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to be in a conversation there. There's not really much you could say on Jurgen Klopp. He said he brought a new style to the Premier League, the pressing system.
He did. I think that's the other thing we have to that's the other thing we have to give him as well. That as well as trophies, and we'll throw that in there as well. Although we haven't put him on the slides, yes, he has also won them a Super Cup, and I think that's it. There's another cup in there. There's a Super Cups.
The Club World Cup thing.
Club World Cup thing. Yeah. But he has won them. It's relevant to mention them.
I think he should achieved a little bit more for my liking. But
I think this is an interesting one for me because, and this is why I've been looking forward to doing this. Is that up until this summer, this season, Liverpool fans have always wanted to have the Klopp is better than Pep conversation with me, even to the point where many have actually said it's not even a conversation. It's not a conversation. Klopp is better than Pep. So but now literally 7 games and Liverpool fans don't want to have that conversation anymore. So and this man, he's the hardest one to judge because we all rate him so highly.
Got to the Champions League final as well, just like that. I rate him highly. Not my top 5.
But it's hard. There's some players that in Europe have been so damn good when they've been managing other teams in Europe that we can't act like it doesn't affect our brain. And we're looking at it thinking like this man and what he's done at other clubs outside of England, our brains can't ignore it, can they? Because he is a fucking world-class manager. One of the best. If we're talking across Europe, he would be in a, what are we saying, across Europe, a top 3 maybe conversation. If it's not just the Premier League.
When you're talking world managers, he's one of the he's in top 5 ever, you could say potentially.
Yeah, in the modern era. And what he's won, bro.
Yeah. Do you see what Rudiger? Do you know what? Funny enough, did any of you man see what Rudiger said about him today?
No, go on.
Rudiger, I did.
So Rudiger basically said he moved into his yard, and then he moved into his yard, having a barbecue with his family. This is when he signed for Madrid. Next one, he gets a knock on the door. Ancelotti bops in. It's Ancelotti. He's like, cool. Ancelotti sits down with him for 2.5 hours, getting to know his family, getting to know his kids, and just talks to him about Madrid and his whole life and that. And Rudiger said, I've never had any manager or nearly anyone in my life in football come and do that. He said he's the best manager ever already.
Well, this is mad because a lady that I was speaking to she works in marketing for sports companies, and she was doing a lot of stuff for Chelsea at one point, and so she was speaking with Ancelotti, and she was like, he is the nicest man in the world, that even now every birthday of my daughter I get a card she gets a card and a teddy or something just from Ancelotti saying happy birthday.
Man's a
just for literally. But this is like anyone at the club. Like no one, doesn't matter who you are, you get respect from this man, and that's the type of shit that gets.
I love that. That for me,
clubs moving in the same direction. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, he's definitely in it. And then Mr. Cigar Man, like, what can you say? I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm only gonna start this Daps, because obviously you're gonna speak in him anyway, and Cassie's. But when I look at Pep, he's one of them managers that, okay, as much as I don't like seeing him be so good with Man City, who are a rival, I'm a football fan first. Pep Guardiola is one of these managers that I feel like in himself, he's like, okay, probably one day he's going to manage Spain, but he also thinks, you know what, my time's maybe come to an end, and he's always true to himself. I'll move on. You know what, I've done this challenge and so forth. However, if Pep Guardiola ever wants to stay somewhere for another 5 or 10 years and says, you know what, let me see what I can do with City, I will be so intrigued to see how many trophies he could have in the next 5 or 6 years if he decided to do sort of a 10-year stint. I know he won't, but if he did, he's that good. I'd love to see how many he get.
This is his 7th now, which I never ever. Well, I never thought I was going to get that out of him. Never, ever. You know what? I'll be real. I'm Pep, right? Because I've spoke on Foden, how when Foden came through, I didn't want to, although he looked good, I didn't want to believe the hype. So I was like, I'm not going to get overhyped till I've seen enough. Same with Haaland. I've been the same on Haaland. Like, I don't want to, when he's going to score 40, 50, I'm like, I don't want to jump on that bandwagon, because in football, there's so many times that people just don't hit what people. And I'll be real with Pep at Barcelona. Obviously, he made the jump from Barcelona B to Barcelona, and first season won everything. Yeah, but that was at Barcelona, and I've heard the argument. Then he went to Bayern. We have to remember when he went to Bayern, he followed on from, can't remember what manager it was, but the previous manager had won everything in one season. Yeah. Pep did a good job there, and ask any Bayern fan, they'll say the same. But he didn't eclipse what the previous manager did. So I was like, you know what, I get it. First season came in bit, but then you can tell that's because he got the job for a reason, because he's Pep Guardiola, and it's almost like they'd said, have a season, work out what's going on, and then we'll give you what you need. And people will be, he spent money. That's because he's earned the right to spend money. But when you spend money and then you go and do what he's done with breaking the records and changing our whole brand of football as a football club. This is what City needed. It was to take us to another level. The guy, and I think the other reason why you've got to love him is his love for football. Is just like, if you're a football fan, his love for football is undeniable. Like, and when people say about his overthinking, he's overthinking it because he loves football, and literally that's all he does is think about football or play golf. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, he could win so much. And I think when you look at football now and the way football is also run now, it's so much. Obviously, look at the money that's going into transfers. You look at the frameworks now of Newcastle coming in, potentially changing their training ground. Man City have done that. Leicester City have done that now. With Pep Guardiola and players and managers that have players playing a certain way and they've got that framework in place, it's not just about now with Pep Guardiola as well. When he leaves, you know that you've got a template running all the way down the system that when a manager comes in, they can hopefully come in and carry on something. They're not coming in and saying, you know what? I've got to tear it all up. No, Man City are putting the framework in place from Pep Guardiola all the way down to the youth system that when they get their next appointment, which they will probably get right because they're smart the way they do it, he will come in and he just carries on the process and sort of changes little things. But it's about, not leaving you in a place where you're like, oh my God, he's gone. Now we're starting from square one. You won't. And that's how you got to look at these things as well, especially in modern football.
Cass moving on.
Go on, Cass.
You man can talk on this, man, because it's best I don't.
I want to keep it short and sweet with because we've got to do our top 10. Like, and we can. The thing is, like Pep, you can talk on him all. You can talk on him all day. Actually, to be fair, I think I could talk on him all day as well. He's actually that goated, like, honestly. But
Same
this man for me is just ridiculous. He dominated not just an era. He dominated multiple eras of football in the Premier League. Just won everything, just done everything, and he was Mr. Man United. He was like not just a manager.
Do you know, he found a pitch without a red nose as well.
Nice, yeah. I think I can see it. But anyways, look, probably one of our best memories of obviously he's a bit older there. He won the Premier League, but it's just the man, the myth, the legend, and it will be forever remembered as the man that built Man United on his toes to where they are now today. Obviously, Man United were big, but he made them big.
On a City United the other day, we had to pick like some games that if we could change, we would. And I picked one particular game. It was Man United v Forest. I can't remember what year it was now, and it was in the FA Cup third round, right? And you won 2-1. But the reason I picked it is because if you would have lost that game, he would have got sacked. He'd gone like 8 or 9 games on the bounce losing, and the media were calling like D-Day, like this is the day. If we don't win, and this was a Forest team that I think had maybe won FA Cups back to back, beat Man United 9 times, right? And I picked that game because I said, if you didn't win that game, Fergie would have been sacked.
It would have changed.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not talking about your future. I'm talking about that would have changed English football forever. Yeah, because, and this someone on the show Ty was just on, someone was saying about, I think Mo had picked an AC Milan keeper, and someone said, "Aren't you an Inter fan? How are you picking an AC Milan keeper?" And I put a comment in saying, "I've got to do a show talking about managers in a minute." Yeah, and if I come on and don't basically say, I'll be honest, that Fergie is the best manager in my lifetime. Not for me personally. Fuck no, I hate him. But come on, man. Like he retained it for. Well, I spoke on retaining the trophy and how important that is. This man retained the trophy 4 times, right?
And he done a three-peat twice.
It's done a 3-peat twice. He also did a treble, not domestic, a Champions League treble. He also right now this season, we're talking about Klopp and Pep having to, and especially Klopp, having to rebuild. Right? Klopp, it's Pep and Klopp together. They're having to rebuild. How many times did Fergie have to rebuild a squad and go again? Yeah,
that's true.
I think about 6-7 times.
I mean, someone said 3 times. I was like, it's definitely 4.
No, because he had to rebuild. He had to rebuild the 85 squad going into the 91. Brought in the youngsters, built that squad. Cantona era, changed that over. The Van Nistelrooy era had to Ronaldo bring in Ranuni, bring that over. Then obviously the whole Carrick thing coming in with Berbatov, Tevez, bring that over. And you can say the whole Cleverley, Anderson, Nani thing. Had to do it again. So he had to kind of rebuild quite a lot of squads.
We have to talk about, it is relevant because we're talking Premier League greatest of all time. So yes, he's been in the Premier League for a lot longer, but that's fine. That means he's got a better legacy. If we're talking, and this is an interesting one, which I guess we'll never know, but if we're talking win ratios, well, Pep's win ratio outshines Fergie's. Yeah. And if Pep was about for longer, it would be interesting. I don't think he
will be. I don't think he
will
be.
No. But even if, I don't think he would. But if he was about in the same era as Fergie, that would have been very interesting. Like very, very interesting.
So we've done that. So we got about 10 minutes left, right? So we're gonna build our top 10 in 10 minutes. So we're gonna only think about a minute for it, like each, if we have to, max 10 and 10. And
that's good because then it makes other people that are watching, they can debate it. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
So I would like to put in, I would say the people that we put in quickly, obviously that we thought Ranieri's got to be in the top 10 of discussion. The ones that are actually on the fence quickly, because we can say the top 10 that actually in probably 8th, 9th,
Pellegrini was on the fence.
Ranieri, Pellegrini was on the fence. Benitez was on the fence. You can say Daglish was also on the fence. Now, that's 4 names. That's a bit easy, you could say. And what's it called? You could even put Conte on the fence in the top 8. You could say we're not talking top 6. I wouldn't put Conte there, but teams that have managed it. My 10th place would be Ranieri, just because the Leicester thing, the dream. He's been around, respectable manager. I'll put him above. I wouldn't include Pellegrini in my top 10 personally, and I wouldn't put what's his name in my top 10 either. What's his name? Roberto Di Matteo, wouldn't put him there. Pellegrini wouldn't put him there. So for me, I think he's either Daglish or Ranieri for 9th or 10th, and I wouldn't give a damn.
I'm happy to put Ranieri. I'm happy to put Ranieri in. What I'm gonna do, I want to see the 10 when we've got it, and then see if there's anyone we've missed or reached. It's so much easier looking.
Yeah, right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely putting. Actually, that's another one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've still got 3 to go. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Pellegrini makes mine.
I'm personally putting Ranieri in there. Like I think he's 10.
No. I'm putting him. Oh, you're putting him 10th. Well, I put Pellegrini. Yeah. I'm putting Well, I'm willing to put. I'm willing to put Ranieri above Pellegrini, but I put Pellegrini in there. But I'm thinking, who have I missed right now?
Quick one then, Ty, just because it's an easy freeway kind of thing. Pause. Pellegrini in your top 10, yes or no? Because he's not in my top 10.
Oh,
Who are you debating with him?
I'll put Daglish as my number 9 over
yeah,
Ranieri.
I'm putting Daglish in there. I'm putting Daglish in there.
But
Why are you putting Daglish in there for one season?
I just Daglish.
Oh, he wounded you, man. Cool, fair enough. He wounded you, man.
No, it's just that. It's not just that. It's just he done it with the Blackburn. No one thought he was going to do it. Blackburn. Same conversation as the Leicester.
It's same as Ranieri. Cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why
I'll have Daglish and Ranieri. Yeah,
I would have them as 10th and 9th. I don't care which way it goes.
I think that's quite cool. Yeah,
I don't mind that. I'm going to see.
Right, so to confirm, you man are pushing Pellegrini out for Daglish.
Yeah, just because of you know what it is. It's not just because.
No, it's cool. It's because he beat you, man. I get it. I get it.
No, but you man smashed us as well with Pellegrini.
No. He's just stopped you from winning the league. I get it.
I reckon. Also, that's if I'm being real with you. I reckon there's going to be Mancini and Pep. There's still going to be 2 City.
So shouldn't matter. Oh, so we're doing it.
I don't think.
But
top 10
is what it is. No, if you don't want to give City too much props, it's fine. We can. It's cool.
It's not that. It's just that the squad that he had as well. And
there's 2 reasons you've given me, and so far, basically, it's because they beat you to the title, and because you've got 2 other City managers in there, so you don't want to give a third. If you want to do that, I'm not passionate because I already know we're gonna have 2 more. But I get it. It's cool.
I love you, man.
Anyway, move on. We know what it is. City fans, we know what it is. It's cool. Rent free. 34 years.
So what we're on number 8 now then?
Number 8, I'm putting Antonio. For me, Antonio Conte.
Hold on, where are you putting? So you're putting Ranieri
10th, Daglish 9th, or either or. I don't really mind which version.
Yeah. I mean, Daglish has got a touch to be in there. You man are getting soft on Liverpool. Pause, but it's cool.
It was Liverpool. It was Blackburn, but
he's a Liverpool legend. I'll remember that.
It doesn't.
You're supposed to be red nosed.
7th, 6th. We've basically got 3 spots.
I'm putting
to the top 5.
For me, it's Conte because I was going to say in my top 6th to 10th would be Ancelotti or Klopp for 5th. I don't know. I don't care. So 6th place, one of those. Mancini, Conte.
Hold on. Is Ancelotti, just to confirm?
I don't know if I'd have Ancelotti.
Someone tell me, is Ancelotti?
I would.
But I've got
over this one.
Pellegrini over Ancelotti, If
I'm putting Conte. I think Conte is number 8 for me. It was either for me.
Why Conte? Why Ancelotti over Conte?
No, actually, no. I wouldn't even have Ancelotti over Mancini, if I'm being honest. I'll be real.
Oh no, you definitely shouldn't. Whoa! Pausing that Mancini's not in this conversation.
What about Pellegrini? Why would you have Ancelotti over Pellegrini? That's my question for you, Cass.
As I did say that before. I gave the reason before.
Cool, bro. Just say it. It's fine.
It was at Chelsea for what 3 seasons? If they didn't make the 3rd season, he got them obviously to the Champions League final as well. Lost, by the way, to us.
We got to a semi under Pellegrini, by the way.
When he assembled that Anelka, Malouda, and Drogba thing going on as well. He won them a title. Could have won it again.
Okay,
but didn't.
Could I say to you?
Could have, but didn't.
Could I throw something in there and say that would you have Ancelotti and Pellegrini over Conte then?
No, I think Conte over both of them.
Oh, okay.
No, I think Conte.
Well, maybe no. Me personally, I wouldn't have Conte over Pellegrini.
I went for the R&B.
No, I'm having Ancelotti over Conte all day long for me as a manager, and in a
But he's basing this because let's look at this for a second, yeah, because it's not just about one team. So if we look at Ancelotti's
in my
Chelsea,
top 10.
Hold on, bro. Based on abroad, I guarantee you, he's in your head abroad. Because if we're talking Ancelotti in the Premier League, cool what he did at Chelsea, but then he went to Everton and did what? Now you, Cass, were the one that was telling me what a fucking amazing job Conte's doing at Tottenham. So he did it at Chelsea, then is now doing this job that Cass thinks is taking a dog shit team to nothing. So surely Conte's done a better job than Ancelotti in the Premier League.
If I'm thinking of Conte Chelsea and then Ancelotti Chelsea, I'm picking Ancelotti's Chelsea and reign over what he's done there. Obviously, Ancelotti came to an Everton team. Obviously, he actually done quite well there. And if you're going to tell me which manager got sacked unfairly, Ancelotti. Very unfair.
I'm telling you, yeah, with Ancelotti, I hear all of that. Ancelotti's such a hard one because it's how good a manager he is.
I prefer Ancelotti over Conte.
So do I.
I'm thinking of
But that's what I'm saying. But same respect to Conte. Yeah. Conte for me is 8th. Actually, you could say Conte then Ancelotti in 7th potentially. No. Yes, in 7th potentially. I'd say. I think that's an easy one to do because we're having such a small minimal gap of who in the top 10. Why should they again? Who's going to be better? I think it'd go Conte and Ancelotti's just that bit better for me because then
Mancini's better than them.
Exactly. So and that's easy. 100%. And then that's what I'm saying. Easy. So what we're saying
has to be there. I mean, Pellegrini should be next to Mancini, but I get it, Cass. So. Yeah, cool. I'm good with that.
Big brother, little brother, man.
Right. No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not. Look, it's not big brother, little brother, because he's getting what he wants. He's put Pellegrini out. He's dadding me. He's basically telling me Daps now. We can't have three City.
Who's you, man? Top 3 in my top 3 managers in the Premier ever.
No, wait.
No.
I'm making this easy for us. Your top.
No, you're not. You're skipping the punch, bro. You're ruining punchlines, bro. You're literally fucking up the whole punchline.
Okay.
You can't do that.
I was gonna do 4th to 6th. That's what I was gonna do.
You ruined jokes. 4th to 6th we can do. So 4th to 6th.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were doing 1st to 3rd. Yeah,
I was gonna say who's the 2nd or 3rd. I was gonna say
no. Do 4th to 6th. So 4th to 6th. I think we're putting probably 4 to 6 is. Oh, this is a hard one though. Now, let's do 5 and 6 first.
Yeah.
5 and 6. I think we're all agreed on 5 and 6. 5 and 6 is between.
Right. The 6th must be Mancini then.
Yeah.
Yes, because he didn't win the Champions League.
Yeah.
And then my 5th is Klopp.
My 5th is Klopp.
My 5th is Klopp. Anyone that tries to put Klopp above Pep, Wenger, Fergie, and Jose.
Wait, then Daps then you.
No, that wasn't in order. I said the 4.
No. You could say then. You just said one thing there. Mancini didn't win a Prem. I mean a Champions League, but neither
that's
did.
Why he's 6th. That's why he's 6th. Yeah. But Wenger. Well, but there's so much more that Wenger did. Let's be real. There's so much more.
He changed the game. He changed the game. So that's easy. I'm happy to say now we've got the top 4 to discuss. I think 4 is easy. Wenger. I'm not putting him above Mourinho.
Oh, okay. I don't think it's easy then.
I'm having Mourinho over Wenger all day long.
I have Mourinho 4th.
He had his number as well when it comes to head-to-head records.
Hold on. How many Premier Leagues did Mourinho win?
More. No, wait.
Did he? 3.
Won 3, just as much.
So how many did Wenger win?
Well, we can check it right here.
I thought he won 4, but he might have won 3.
No, won 3. He won 3, 100%.
So he won 7 FA Cups.
3.
0 League Cups, by the way, and 3 Prems.
Which is mad, but he won 7 FA Cups. Jose won a Europa League with you, man.
He won 4 League Cups.
Jose, it's not on here. Jose retained, which Wenger never retained. I know you said that Mourinho changed not to Wenger levels. No way. No. The sports science team.
I think Wenger, with the budget he worked on, I think the football he played, he always incorporated youngsters as well. I think also to maintain the level he did for such a consistent period.
Yeah. He didn't get sacked, man. Come on.
Mourinho, man.
I'm Wenger over Mourinho as well.
Oh, you are going? Okay, there you go.
Oh, yeah. I'm Wenger over Mourinho.
Okay, so Mourinho 4th then. And then Wenger's 4th. And Wenger's 3rd.
Wenger 3rd Premier League manager. Yeah, longevity.
Hold on. Let's not just do this. Let's not Let's just put Wenger 3rd because that moves Wenger up to the conversations with Saf and Pep.
Okay.
No.
No, it does. Come on. No, don't do this. Let's not be biased now. Let's not be biased. Let's have a mature adult conversation about it.
Okay, let's be adults.
This devil advocate done sipping his champs, man.
Rum and
you know what? Actually, rum. I think I disrespected Wenger's legacy. Wenger's legacy a little bit. Longevity in the Prem, consistently making top 4 every season. The budget, the Invincibles, the FA Cups. No one's ever won as much as him as well.
Oh, we can't put. Sorry, for me, Wenger is in the top 3 1,000,000%. Yeah, look, when Pep first got it, it was a Pep and Wenger conversation, and Arsenal fans thought Wenger was better because Pep has now been here for a period of time. He's retained twice. He's done a domestic treble. Now, right now, Arsenal fans will say the Invincibles is better than going to the moon, winning the World Cup, doing a European treble, retaining it 30 times. Invincibles is still better than that. But realistically, and I'm not going to say 100 points is better than Invincibles, but for me, achieving 100 points and going invincible are very comparable, at least. And that's me giving Invincible probably a bit more credit, because if you hit 100 points in the Premier League, in Premier League history, if you hit 100 points, what do? You win the league. It's that simple, easily.
Yeah, 100%.
Unless you got Liverpool behind you, to be fair.
Point.
But with Invincibles, they dominate the league when they were Invincibles as much as we did when we.
Oh, everyone always points to the draws, the draws, this, that, and the other.
Who dominated it more? And I'm just saying they're similar. They're comparable.
You know when you got your 100-point season, Daps, how far were Liverpool behind you that year? I can't remember.
It wasn't. No, it was. I think it was. It wasn't.
What season was it? 17.
No, it wasn't Liverpool. No, it wasn't the year. 100 points. I can't even remember who was close to us, bro. To be frank with you, we were on 100 points. Let me find out. It was 20,
18 to 19 or
No. I think it was 17, 18.
I'm pretty sure it was 17, 18.
I think it was.
Yes, it was. Literally 100 points. No, Liverpool were fourth that year, bro. They were 25 points behind. Because we finished second. 19 points behind. They also scored.
Right, so cool. Hold on. So this is the thing. So you were 19 points behind us, right?
We lost twice, by the way, that season.
The year we finished second.
Also, we got 50 points home, 50 points away. Home and away.
You lost twice. You lost twice only that year.
So now go and look at the season that Arsenal went invincible. How many points above second place were they?
That season, was it 03-04? Was it 04-05?
It was Tuesday to me. Couldn't give a shit.
It was 03-04. Of course it was. They had 12 draws, 26 wins.
12 draws, you know. 12 draws. Come on.
But they still didn't lose.
No, but agreed. But how many points above?
This is a better question. Quick one then.
Answer my question first, bro. Bro, answer my damn question first, bro. Come on. Move on from my question to another one until you answer my question. What's your shit with City? Answer the question. That season, how many points above second place were Arsenal?
I didn't hear that question, to be fair. They were just 11 above Chelsea.
So not 19 points.
No. So obviously
might be relevant, might not.
That was the year just before Mourinho came in. Then okay.
But I just got a question for you then as well. What would you rather do? Win the Centurions or Invincibles?
That's a good question.
Me, easily Invincibles, just because it's going to be spoken about more than it would be Centurions.
Right, but you're basing this on the fact that Arsenal have waxed lyrical about it since.
Yeah.
Whereas meanwhile, but here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. They did Invincibles, yeah, and then turned shit. So all they talk about is Invincibles. We did the Centurions. Then the next season did the domestic treble. Remember, so that was a double. Let me add, Centurion season, we got the FA Cup as well, so we did the double. The season after, we did the domestic treble and retained, something Wenger never did. Yeah, so let's not base it on one season now. Let's base it on the fact that Pep went the season after. Hold on, let me finish. And then since then, we've been so good that it's not only, it's like, right, we've done that. Now under Pep, let's go and win the Champions League. Whereas with Arsenal, they fell off. So there's never been that. So people are still saying with the City thing, oh, you need a Champions League to verify yourself. Yeah. Whereas with Arsenal, it's apparent you verified yourself by winning one league, not retaining, not doing a double and getting invincible. So now that's been put up on a pedestal because all Arsenal fans are like looking at it like it's fucking God, right? So you're instantly there going, I'd rather do Invincibles. Like I said, the Invincibles were 11 points away from being caught up. The Centurions were 19 points away from being caught up. If that's what you think, though, because you've got the buttons, but I mean, points don't lie.
Nah, but if we're going to go...
wait for Derby next week, bro.
If we're gonna debate anyways, for me, Pep Guardiola is easily second.
because of everything I just said. So
I'm not gonna lie.
Of course. I'd rather win.
Pep Guardiola second for me because of
I'd rather win Invincibles, but who's done better? For me, Pep. Easy record.
I'd rather win it to have bragging rights over them, though. That's because of your beef with them, bro.
Yeah, and obviously, top first is inevitable. Then obviously, it's Sir Alex Ferguson.
Unfortunately,
and we'll always have that. And it is what it is.
You have that and your roofing leak. Your leak roofing. Roofing leak.
Roof, that's the one. But big up everyone that is in here. Thank you very much.
Warming up for the Derby preview next week. Yeah, we're there.
You know what? Everything is from now. It's just.
Pause.
Do you know what? It's massive pause. It is almost like this internet.
I'm coming on. Me and Cass, all right, we're doing this. I'm doing this.
Bro, we've already got the lineup ready. We've got the lineup ready. It's 3-on-3. It's 3-on-3, yeah. And I'll be honest with you, a certain man has messaged me after seeing you, young Ty, saying certain things. Someone has messaged me, bro, and told me, get these man ready for us, bro. Get these man ready for us, yeah. The thing is, I think that it's not yet, because it's not fully confirmed. We have to confirm it in writing and that. But I think it's almost like this break from football has been perfect, yeah, because it's given us like 2 weeks build up.
Yeah. Do you know
2
what?
weeks build up to this, and you man are thinking, you and Arsenal, you're both screaming we're back. Honestly,
you know Daps. Do you know what it is? You know Eubank here. Obviously, I know I got the short hair like him. You know Eubank always says, "Oh, in the face of I don't have sex before a fight for like 8 weeks or whatever." That's what I feel. I feel like that's gonna be us, man, next week. Like going into the war.
I don't need to, bro. Man's out here Friday. Don't worry about that.
But big up anyone that's in here.
Guys, I'm just gonna quickly do a thing, like I always say. You go in your yard and you take your shoes off. Make sure you come in here and like the stream. There's 100 of you, and there's been 100 of you for about 40 minutes now. So please make sure you keep liking the video and support me, Cass and Daps. And big up Suits for doing the stuff in the background as well. I don't know how to call it. I don't say the presentations, but you know what I mean. Big up Suits every time.
Yeah. Do you know what the hardest thing of this show was? For us to all try and hide the fact that, as a City fan, people be like, "Oh, why are you saying this?" But come on, let's be real. It's very hard to hide the fact that we all thought Fergie was going to be number one from the start. So,
the game's the game, man.
Number 10, Ranieri, easy as that. And then we could say number 9 was
Kenny,
this man right here, Kenny Dalglish, number 9.
That was scandalous from you, Cass.
Nah. Number 8, Antonio Conte.
No Pellegrini, still mad people, but let's carry on.
Number 7, Ancelotti, even though he looks quite big there.
He does, doesn't he? He looks bigger.
He looks quite big there. Yeah.
No cigar.
Who did we have in 6th?
Roberto
Mancini, number 6. And who was at number 5? Obviously, that man himself. Jurgen Klopp with that horrible picture.
Can you rebuild, Jurgen?
He's had his best time as well. He's going to drop off over the years.
Jurgen Klopp in number 5.
Can he rebuild?
And then obviously in number 4, which we had a big debate about, was Jose Mourinho. Number 3.
He still thinks he should be number 3. He's not happy with you, Cassidy.
Yeah. Arsene Wenger. And then obviously
with that small trophy.
We have Pep Guardiola, number 1, obviously the man himself, Sir Alex Ferguson. Big up everyone that's here.
The maddest thing is, I reckon Pep, would be cool with that as well. That's the maddest thing. I think Pep would be like, he'd be respectful. He'd be like, 100%. The guy
definitely aiming for that.
You know, the guy's done more.
Definitely.
Not if it was across all. You know,
maddest thing is, imagine that. So wait, just a quick one, just to be a little bit salty. Pep has been in the league 6 times, and Klopp's been in 7th, and he's not even in the top 3 or 4 or 5. That is the difference between your two clubs. Big up. But tomorrow we'll be talking more managers, Brendan Rodgers and whatnot, with I believe Daps and Ty and Baines.
Yeah, about 4. Daps might be back, and if not, about 4:45, 5 o'clock.
And I'll join you afterwards.
Yeah. About 45-minute stream, and then man,
Brendan Rodgers. Sorry, Brendan Rodgers. Ain't been sacked yet, has he?
Not
yet. But
people send your money into Leicester. Let's get this fucker sacked.
Because then he can play all the other clubs that need to actually get points. You know what I'm saying? Stop them. But yeah, big up anyone that's here. Catch us tomorrow about at some time in the afternoon, evening. So big up you in a bit.